All right. Good morning, agents. This is Kevin Lauren. I'm the Director of Training and Marketing here at Alta Realty Group. And today we're going to be going over the Realtor Marketing Checklist for 2021. So it's not too early to start thinking about how we're going to do well in 2021. So a lot of this stuff I know is going to be, I know a lot of you guys will have a lot of the stuff on the checklist, but this is just some really good stuff to think about as we go forward into 2021. And just, it's always a good, as you know, the agents that have been with us for a long time, we always are thinking about planning and, creating our marketing plans, creating our, checklists, and just making sure that we're doing stuff properly. So this is, it could be a tiny bit of review for some of you, but for most of you, it's going to be very, very helpful. So first of all, welcome all agents. I know we have a couple of new agents on the line with us. Welcome Joni, welcome Francisco and Darren, and of course our regulars, Charlie and Catherine and Anthony Perry. Good morning, all of you. Always great to have you guys on the line. So the Realtor Marketing Checklist for 21, I think everybody agrees. I wouldn't say everybody agrees, but everybody should have a website. So in 2000, in this day and age, 2020, 2021, especially as a realtor, especially during COVID, your facing of your your business is your website. So you really, having a big building somewhere or, any of those things, they're not as relevant. And so everybody knows that if they want to learn about your business, they are going to check for your website. They're going to do a Google search for your name. They're going to find out that you are a reputable agent, right? Or they want to know something about you. They want to see some testimonials. They want to see, who is this agent that they might be working with. So the absolute best way to convey that is to have a website. And so all the agents that are on our program too, of course, do have a website and through agent marketing. And so we have the ability to do absolutely everything what we need to do with respect to websites with our agent marketing websites. So we can create testimonial pages, we can create IDX pages that our agents, or, our prospects can search the MLS and they can find out about different communities that we serve. They can also find out about all the different other programs and services that we might offer. A lot of you are really, really good at certain aspects of being a realtor. Some of you are experts in staging, or you're experts in even photography. So a lot of people have their areas of expertise, and what a better way to showcase that than to have it on your website. So, and obviously you're going to want to have, your listings on your website. You're going to want to be able to promote, your properties and your listings through your website. And so obviously our agent marketing websites make it very, very easy. So, and before I get a little bit further into here, I'm going to see if we can bring Travis Breton, our corporate broker, on the line. Good morning, Travis.
Good morning. How's it going?
Good. How are you today?
Good. I was having some login issues, but I'm here now.
All right. Good morning. So, of course, we're going through this, our realtor marketing checklist for 21, getting everybody ready to go for the next year. And, so the website, obviously, you got to have it. There's no excuse. We've hired a few agents and said, websites, we don't need a website anymore. And that's false. Especially, as the age of our clients begins to diminish, having a website is absolutely imperative. So no more excuses. If you have that attitude, come and see me and I'll change your mind.
Yeah.
Right. So, and then of course, part of that is, with our website systems, with agent marketing, we're able to create a blog. And so the blog, there's a lot of confusion about blogs, and some of our agents are like, well, why the heck do I need a blog? Nobody's going to read the blog. The blogs are, first of all, I give you guys content every month, about the first, second, or third of the month, I give you content that you can add to your blog. And so the blogs are just reminders. They're a reason to post content and to follow up with your clientele. So I want you guys to think of your blog as an opportunity to provide valuable content to your prospects and then follow up with them. So a blog is not just, oh, I'm going to put the blog out there and maybe post a link to social media. No, you post the blog, you post it to social media. You could even do a little, 30-second video synopsis of what that's going to be, post that to social media, and then you follow up with every single person in your database and make sure, and it doesn't have to be a quick thing. It's just, hey John, making sure that you saw my blog post or my content piece. You don't have to call it a blog. Some people call it just news and tips. Our website, we call it news and tips, or industry insider info. Hey, just seeing if you got my my content piece. It's a talking piece, right, Travis?
Yep.
So we just want a reason to contact these people. Okay, great. Making sure you got it. Okay, how's the kids? What's going on? Last time I talked to you, you were going on a trip to Tahiti. How was the trip? Just, it doesn't have to be super salesy, but you have to stay in contact with these people, and you have to remind them that you do real estate. You're still doing real estate. It's not their job to know that you do real estate. It's your job to remind them. And we all know how this works. Somebody might contact you on your social media platforms, or they might respond to an ad that you did. They might just have a question, and then they forget about you until it's, they need you. And so we just have to be that little squeaky wheel and remind them that here we are. We're always here. We're always doing business, and we always love to provide free content to our our prospects and our people in our sphere of influence. Anything to add there, Travis?
Just to touch back on the I don't need a website thing, and the blog. I mean, content is still king, and SEO is not going anywhere. Social media is not going anywhere, and this really helps you create content for your social media. Can you do business without a website? Yeah, you can, but if you're trying to solicit reviews or anything else, I mean, one of the fields is usually website address, and people do click on them. I mean, how many businesses out there do you go to that do not have websites, for you to view information online? So
Good point.
pretty much all of them. And realtors are no different. Attorneys are no different. Tax people are no different. This is a business, and it should be treated as such. So having a website, even if you don't work on it a lot, but just having that presence, I think, is key to creating legitimacy in your business.
Yeah, exactly. And so, my suggestion is to get, and like Travis said, you don't need that much stuff on your website. You just need, I think, testimonials is key. You have to have a bio of some sort, show people who you are, right? And
Yeah.
the bio is also key, as we've discussed multiple times in SEO for your name, right? Really, really
Yep.
important.
Yep.
So, you don't need that much stuff. So it doesn't take you that long. I mean, if you worked on your website for a week, got it dialed in, you don't have to do much to it except for every month, take the blog content I give you and add it. That's it.
Yeah.
And,
That gives
and
you a
then,
shareable piece. Look, people just want to either search for homes or read the article you posted. So, and
yep,
they might want to find out some other information, but for the most part, you can leave it alone, hook up your IDX, and, put your content that you want to talk to, get in the habit of putting it in a blog format, even if it's only, a couple paragraphs long or something. Doesn't have to be a full write-up, but if you just want to share a little information, and if you want to get this going, I like to call these the golden months. It's very easy to build content for the next 3 months, October, November, December. There's a lot of events going on. There's a lot of things going on. Seasonal recipes, seasonal this and that, Christmas tree lightings. I mean, there's tons of stuff coming up. that you can share from a blog format to drive traffic over to your website and get people clicking on it.
For sure. And so don't be afraid to use our friend Google.
Yep.
If you're confused about, little ideas, obviously Google is a treasure trove. Sometimes people just don't really think about it though. But we like to call it Google University. So if you have a question about anything, Google it, right? We do it all the time.
Yeah. And some of the more shared articles during this season are, a list of upcoming events this month, because people want to know where the pumpkin patches are and where, certain things are that go with the season and the holidays that are coming up. So, just getting a short blog together, I'm going to call it a blog, but,
Sure. Yeah.
Have a nice picture, put in, some events coming up and share it to your social media and, a couple groups maybe if you're in those types of groups, then you will see it get shared around because people want to know this stuff.
Yeah, and that just lends, to the whole, be the expert in your community, be the resource for your community, right?
Yep, and you're not doing anything salesy.
Nope.
It's just a nice piece of information that people will be thankful for and want to share.
Yeah, and I know we're still on fire right now, just tons and tons of deals happening, but we all know that it's going to slow down. It normally does in November, December. So really good time to kind of retrench. You're maybe not doing as many deals, but you have time to present yourself as this community leader, and you're not quote unquote doing a bunch of salesy stuff. You're just providing information, providing content, providing valuable resources for your stuff, for your people in your sphere of influence.
Yep, and if you can commit to doing it for the next 3 months, you'll probably continue doing it into the new year. With other informative pieces, you'll get other ideas and things like that. But
Right.
yeah, this is a good month, a good time of year to get started if you haven't been doing it, to get into it, because these are probably the easiest months to generate content.
By far the easiest. There's just so much going on. So good point there, Travis. So also, if you haven't done so, you do need to have your monthly newsletter. Develop your email marketing campaigns. Our agent marketing system comes with its own email marketing campaigns. So they're there. They're already ready to use. Of course, you
And
can
they are editable too.
they're very editable, and you can create your
Yeah.
own from scratch.
Yeah.
So we've got a few agents now, like Greg Jones and some of these agents that are creating, these campaigns around, they're creating email marketing campaigns around a certain thing that they're posting. So it's super specific to exactly what they just posted, so the sky's the limit there. And the monthly newsletters, again, they're already done for you. But you can go in and edit those and make them, personalized as well. But if you haven't, got your sphere of influence people into your CRM, that's a huge step one. Please do that. Because then you could start dripping these email marketing campaigns and monthly newsletters to them.
Yep.
Very, very important. Number 4 here is employ virtual staging. This is huge. This has gotten massive just this year, right? So everybody likes to look at virtual stuff. They like to look at things online. And if you have a home that's empty, you can hire one of these little virtual staging companies, and you can have a nice little virtually staged home. Very cool. Number 5, try some experimental marketing. Absolutely. Do some interesting stuff. We have all kinds of really good, marketing campaigns and ideas, from our move up campaign to our, referral giveaway campaigns. And there's all kinds of fun things to try, right? So host a tour of the area you're selling in, right? Why not? There's a lot of different, kind of outside the box things that you can try, going into 2021. And what I challenge you to do is try something in 2021 that you didn't do in 2020. At least one thing. We like to kind of always talk about getting outside of our comfort zone, and that's how we're going to grow. Get outside your comfort zone and stay there, is what the CEO of GoDaddy says, which I like. 6 is partner with local businesses. Travis and I talk about this all the time. You have to have your, well, there's a few different ways that you can do this. First, imperative that you have your business network. You have your go-to contractors, painters, insects, pest control, all of it. You want to have, as large of a list of vetted people that you've at least had conversations with, you've at least checked their references, you've vetted them. So you have to have your, business group that you're going to be promoting. You're going to be sending these people clients. You get them on the phone, say, hey, I'm a realtor. I need, a contractor, a lot. So I'm going to be sending you business. Now, Mr. Contractor, since I'm going to be sending you business, I want you to be able to refer me as well. So I'm going to get you, Mr. Contractor, on my monthly newsletters. I'm going to make sure that you're getting, monthly communications from me so you know what's going on in my business. And I want you to do the same for me. Because if you start working with these businesses really closely, they can also send you specials for your clients, right? So say it's a painter and say, hey, painter, why don't you give me a special that I can put out to my sphere of influence, right? 1 room free, whatever the heck it is. So you can start working with these local businesses and partnering with the local businesses, and that creates synergy, and that will also spark more deals for you from those connections, right? Right, Travis?
Yeah, this is a good way to generate referrals with little or no money, basically. I mean, it's so easy to let's say it's a general contractor, and you like their Facebook page, and you're getting their posts into your feed, and you see that they just put in a really nice kitchen or something somewhere, and sharing that post and saying, oh, here's my preferred general contractor, look at this beautiful kitchen he made. They're going to appreciate that you're promoting them, and it gives you something to share and talk about and get conversation going as well on your feed. And that's how referrals start happening, because when you start selling homes, or you have a nice sale or something like that, they will start reciprocating and doing the same thing, and they're going to keep you top of mind. It's kind of like being in a networking group without being in a networking group.
Exactly.
So if you've ever joined a BNI or anything like that, I mean, they're pretty hardcore when it comes to sending out referrals and stuff. This is a softer approach to it, but it's very functional. I mean, you really can build a good referral business just by working with other local businesses, and it doesn't always have to be industry related either. If you're doing a monthly drawing or anything like that, think of your local yogurt shops and mom and pop restaurants and things like that too, to work with and promoting them, because they'll do the same.
Exactly. So you can, for that kind of thing, you could say, hey, do you mind if I, put in, when I have a listing, do you mind if I put in like a little, thing about my listing, up on your wall? A lot of these little coffee shops and stuff, they have like a little bulletin board or something like that. Or you could even just say, hey, do you mind if I make a little like kiosk thing in the corner that shows my latest listings, and in turn, once a quarter, I'm going to have little client appreciation parties here, and I'm going to, pay a couple $100 and buy ice cream for everybody, right?
Yeah, and maybe you want to do a, partner up on a postcard or something like that. I mean, if a yogurt shop is going to offer a coupon on half of the postcards you're sending out, that's probably going to stick on their fridge longer than it would if there was nothing on it. I mean, so
exactly.
think about that. Think outside the box a little bit. You guys can share the cost. They would probably be open to doing that too. Maybe it's every time new homes are sold in the area, maybe they want to send out a little welcome thing, and also split the cost with you.
Right.
So, really start thinking kind of outside the box on getting the marketing out there.
try experimental marketing. Try
Yeah.
something different. I really like that. All right, cool. So number 7 is run paid Instagram promotions. Absolutely. Especially when you get you get a listing, like you owe it to your seller to promote that listing, and you don't have to spend a lot of money. You could spend $25 for the month and just make sure that ad's just getting out there to the people in the local area or in the surrounding area, right?
Yeah.
And same thing goes for Facebook too. I mean, it's ridiculous how cheap that you can get the information out there, right? You don't have to set this massive budget. You can set 40-50 bucks for the month, and you're going to get that in front of a lot of people. And our agent marketing websites and our property websites, they have great hit counters, so we can show our sellers, hey, this is how many people we sent to our website, and you can email that directly to them, which is super super easy. um, so number 8 is, and so for 7, I'll leave it at this. If you have listings, imperative that you're doing, at least a little bit. And then just throughout the year, it's imperative that you do a small budget and you never turn it off. And I mean, never. 25 bucks a month, and there's always something getting boosted out there. That really, really helps. And then if you can, start doing the retargeting, that's what starts to build that following of who you are online. So really, really important there. 8, use drone photography. Drone photography is not that expensive anymore. Our partner, Preview First for photography, they do great drone footage. It's awesome. And even if it's not a multi-million-dollar listing, even if it's a $400,000 or $500,000 listing, you're gonna promote that listing better than the one down the street, right? Up the game a little bit, and then we're using that photography and those drone images and stuff in to get our next deals. So it's a win-win. And they all, I don't know about you, but I just think they look cool. I really, really like the drone photography. Everybody does. You get to see the surrounding area. My neighbor just got a drone, and he's like, "Hey, do you mind if I send you some drone footage? I'm just kind of messing around with it." He sent me the footage. It's awesome. It's great. I got to see my house in a wholly different light, and you can see the neighborhood. And I mean, it really, really does present the home well. So I really want to see all of our agents utilizing drone photography a lot more, and then using that in your social media. It just looks great. It's kind of breathtaking. It's like 10 years ago, or 15 years ago, you would have had to hire a helicopter to get something like that. So we have really good resources for us these days, right? 9 is create a Zillow profile. Really create a profile on every single one of these. I know Zillow's the devil, but we got to, at least have our information correct in their system, because here's a stat: 188 million monthly views on Zillow. Okay, so you can't just deny that. You want to be a part of that. So, making sure that you have a profile on Zillow, Redfin, Trulia, and as many other business directory style, um, websites. That's a really, really good idea. So I want to see everybody filling out as many of these business directory things where you're just allowed to kind of list your business, as many of those as you can find. Because what does that do? Most of those give you the opportunity to put a website in there. And so now you can create a nice backlink to your website from a very powerful website. Zillow and all these other websites, they're what they call high page rank websites, which means that a backlink from that website is much more powerful than a backlink from a not as a powerful website. So number 10, ask for referrals. I mean, I think Travis and I, we just beat this into you guys. This is the biggest thing that you can do. So 39% of sellers using a real estate agent found that an agent through a referral or family friend. That's should be pretty obvious, and that should, be something that everybody takes note of. Referrals are very important, and the way that we get the referrals is we do a great job with uh, with our clients, and then we ask for the referral. We ask for, the testimonial. We are proactive about it. Okay, so asking for the referral is really, really important. And follow up. Hey, after the sale, did I do a great job? What could I do better? You know, by the way, here's my client welcome kit that you can send to anybody else that you think could benefit from my service. That's a powerful thing to send out, and it's a powerful thing to ask. So you're being very proactive about that. So a lot of you that have been on with us for a long time, you know about our client welcome kit and creating a great client welcome kit that discusses exactly what a client can expect from doing business with us. So that if you guys want to go into our YouTube channel and do a search for the client welcome kit, I think I have at least 3 or 4 videos that we've done on the client welcome kit. So make videos, make your own videos. This is a massive one. I know we have a lot of great agents that are doing this now. And I think 2 weeks ago, Bill Seitz brought up a really good realtor in the Newport Beach area that does, like 30 million in sales. This is a very high-end realtor, and she is very successful doing approximately 30-second to 1-minute videos. They could be from on a variety of topics. And so, she's got these quick little video clips. I don't think one of them is more than a minute, and she's just talking about some little facet of, real estate in her area. And, and then it's done. And so she'll splice in, and her videos are awesome. They splice in drone footage and this and that. And so don't be afraid to make your own videos. I know one of our agents, Marissa Ambris, does a great job of this. She does a phenomenal job. And they're little clips. Sometimes they're 10 seconds, but they give you a good peek into what the agent is about, who the agent is. It really is a good showcase of personality, which is 9 times out of 10 the biggest thing that we're selling when we're trying to do our marketing and to explain to people what we do. And then 12 is just basically the last one here, is co-host a webinar. Yeah. So, there's a lot of different, we do our webinars, a lot of different companies do webinars. So don't be afraid to reach out to your, title companies and, staging services and any other ancillary services that do webinars and say, hey, I'd like to, share my expertise or, showcase something for your clients. Right, Travis?
Yeah, I think this one, you can do the webinar, recorded video, whatever, but there's a lot of stuff coming up even during this time of year where, you can partner up. Maybe you've got a good friend who's, maybe a CPA or, in the financial industry where you could talk about, tax tips and things like that coming up, things, bring it into your business a little bit, but also kind of help them. It's great YouTube content. It's great Facebook content. People want to know that kind of stuff. Tax season is coming up. People are going to start preparing. Well, tax season isn't coming up per se, but it's, people are going to start thinking about end of year stuff and gathering everything.
Right.
So that's a good time to start putting out some pieces, in November, December for, what you cannot write off, stuff like that. And you wouldn't be saying it, the tax person would be saying it. So,
right.
Maybe you're interviewing the tax person.
What a great
think about
call.
that. Yeah, think about that kind of stuff. Or we've got a lot of stuff going on with, tenant laws changing and things like that. If you have a friend that's in property management, making a video geared towards investors, where you're maybe going over some pros and cons of being a a small time investor, you can really make a lot of good niche content, just by having a partner in crime,
Yep,
So
absolutely.
yeah, I see it quite a bit. A lot of people ask a lot of questions on those webinars. I got a good friend who does. He only sells apartments for the most part. Does very well, and he and two other colleagues basically put on a monthly. It's a seminar, but it's a webinar of what to expect when you're buying these and how to invest in them, 1031 exchanges. They go through the gamut, of becoming an apartment owner. And that's how he generates almost all of his business. And he gets a lot of listings that way too.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
So you guys, I hope this is, just kind of gets the brain going that direction. And I hope these ideas spur other ideas that you guys have. And, and please, I really get excited when you guys, contact me and say, hey, this made me think of that. And then so we get a lot of good synergy when we talk about this stuff and we think about this stuff. So I hope that you guys use this as a springboard for your own marketing. And, let's make 2021 just an amazing year. I know it's shaping up to be a good one. So agents, thank you so much for being on the line. Travis, I really appreciate all your insight as usual.
Anytime.
And yeah, and get out there, make it a really productive week. And we'll see you all on the webinar next week. Bye-bye.